Using only candlesticks and price action, I have built a trading strategy where I can consistently make over $250 per day on average, only trading 60 to 90 minutes in the morning before going to a full-time job. And after over 9 years of day trading, I've realized something. Most traders are completely overcomplicating things. They load their charts up with indicators like RSI, MACD, moving averages, volume profiles, trying to find some magic signal that tells them when to buy and when to sell. But the reality is the candlesticks themselves tell you everything you need to know. And over the years, I've uncovered specific price action patterns that are incredibly accurate at signaling where the market is likely to move next. And these aren't the basic candlestick patterns you'll see in every other YouTube video. These are advanced patterns that have been extremely profitable for me over the years. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what these patterns look like and what they tell you about the market and how I use them every single morning while live streaming my trades in front of thousands of people here on YouTube. And with each of these patterns, I wanna walk you through the theory of how they work, real chart examples, and then how to actually use them to trade. So you can have a practical takeaway from each pattern to be able to use it yourself. And at the end, I'm gonna walk you through a real trade example that combines a lot of these. Because any pattern in trading, you do not wanna be using it solely by yourself. You wanna combine things to help improve your accuracy. And so the first one of these is called a failed breakout. You have the market and anything you're looking at where the market comes up, does something like a double top, that looks like a pretty clean resistance zone. Well, the market will sometimes retest that and actually break out. And so a lot of traders will think when they first start out, oh, well, it's breaking out, it's gonna continue this trend higher, and so I should actually buy. And in reality, over time, I've realized this is a perfect spot where a lot of the times the market will actually fail and it's baiting people back into thinking that it's gonna go higher, but it will actually reverse and start a major trend shift. And so this is a huge indicator of potentially a reversal. And so that's the theory of how it works. An example here, as you can see, here is a market looking at a 1-minute chart. It's kind of had a move up, a sell off, and then you can see right here, if I draw a zone based on these previous highs, barely made a new high here, barely had a breakout attempt, and then completely reverse. And to me, that shows a failed breakout. And so this is a bigger picture example of what this can look like. Now, a smaller example is actually if we look at right here and zoom into this, is if we kind of go back in the chart here, is you can see right here, the market sells off, kind of starts to go sideways, and then it has this big candlestick here. And so you would think, a lot of times people would see this as a bear flag, which is a continuation pattern. Essentially, the market comes down, consolidates, gets a little bit of that strength back, and then it's going to continue and make another leg lower. But instead, what happens here is you can see this candlestick, huge, big bearish candlestick here that moves lower. And then immediately afterwards, it starts to reverse and flip higher. Especially with this candlestick as well combined, this becomes a failed breakout to the downside. This is now how you can use it as well on a smaller micro pattern. You initially have up here where it's a bigger picture failed breakout, but this is how you can also use it on these smaller time frames. And we'll learn a lot more about this in my trade example in a few minutes here. But a great way is if you were thinking and looking to buy here, this would signal the low for you. I use this all the time in my trades. This is probably the #1 pattern that I use, is seeing that this reverses here and it's a failed breakout. So I'm gonna think, okay, well, it's gonna fake here. Buyers will come in and push this higher. Now to dive into this a tiny bit more, what I would call the next pattern is a bait candlestick. The theory of what this is like is the market's moving down here and all of a sudden it starts to accelerate an extreme amount. And I'm talking, the candlesticks before that have kind of looked like this. And then all of a sudden you have a huge candlestick to the downside. And old me would have thought that, okay, well, the market's really gonna get going here. And sometimes it does happen, But the signal here is if this candlestick reverses, if a massive, pretty much right after or a couple candlesticks, the price fully recovers the candlestick and breaks the high. To me, that is a signal that this has faked lower. Essentially what happens here is you are in a healthy trend to the downside, and then it gets overextended here. The market gets so extreme that it has to snap back. I call this an unhealthy move. And on a smaller time frame, if you see this is again a very huge bottoming signal. And we'll look at an example here in a second. But once you see this and it recovers, that is a great signal for it to continue higher. And I'll talk about how to use that in a trade in a second. Let me show you a real example of this just last week, where the market had a big move up here and then had what I just called that little failed breakout to the upside, and then it started to reverse lower. And so it started to really get going here, and then all of a sudden it had this massive bearish candlestick here. And when I watched this in real time, to me, that was a huge candlestick that signaled, okay, on the one side, well, it could just continue lower because this is a big trend shift and reversal. But the question is that I want in your mind is, well, what happens if it does reverse this candlestick? That to me starts a signal like this, because when the market's very volatile, it'll have these bait and switches. And so the next candlestick immediately reversed it here, which is a massive reversal candlestick. And you can see the market actually ended up coming back and testing this area, but it never made a new low. And so how I like to use these and those failed breakouts for trades, and I'll show you a real full example here in a second, but if I'm thinking that this is gonna reverse to the upside now, this is the low I wanna put my stop. This bottom is not gonna get broken if the market is gonna trend and continue higher. Now, if this just bottoms here and continues lower, the signal didn't work out, that's fine, move on, right? Trading, you're not gonna win every trade. But the idea here is if this reverses up, this is where I want my stop to be at, because it's a really clean spot and it's behind this extreme bottom that the market's put in, using that pattern. Now, another extremely powerful reversal pattern that almost seems so basic, I use it in every single trade. So I would highly recommend paying attention to this, even if you feel like you know it, because there's little nuances that really are important to pay attention to with using a head and shoulders pattern. This pattern is probably my most powerful pattern and my bread and butter for my trade setups. And so the basic idea is if you have a downtrend, it's made by lower lows and lower highs. And an uptrend is signaled by higher highs and higher lows. And a head and shoulders is the turning point of that, where those lower lows and lower highs start to reverse and start to make that new uptrend. And so I use this to help signal where that is and a bottom in the market. And some really keys about it is that, well, one, this could be a failed breakout. You can combine a failed breakout, what we were talking about earlier, with the kind of bait candlestick. If the bottom of your head and shoulders down here is signaled with a bait candlestick, it's extremely, extremely powerful. I've got a whole candlestick pattern sheet here that walks you through other patterns that I'm not going to go over in this video, but I highly recommend checking it out. You can check it out via this QR code, or I'll leave a link for it in the description below. And so check out this chart example right here, where the market right here opens up, starts to sell off. And when you're looking at candlesticks and reading them, just don't read into the micro moves of each candlestick. A lot of people like to look at all the, the dojis, the hammer candlesticks, all this stuff. And that overcomplicates things as well with adding more indicators. You can overcomplicate just reading candlesticks. All I look at is, okay, what is the price doing? We have a big move, a little pullback, another move, a pullback. And so to me, I'm looking at the swings. Okay, we made a lower low, a lower low, a lower high, a lower high. Now we've all of a sudden got accelerated a little bit here. So we made a big extreme low. But to me, looking at that is, well, we kind of have a little bait candlestick here, a little reversal. And then if you actually look over here, well, this was a pre-market low. So if I just draw a little reversal zone here, well, this could actually turn into a failed breakout. And then also just looking at the head and shoulders part, here's kind of the left shoulder where it makes a lower low here. And then we have an extreme low put in with a failed breakout, which is a great combo for these. And then you have the market push up and then it pulls back. And so to form the head and shoulders, I would assume that I would want to see it pop up like this to confirm the head and shoulders being formed. And why this is important here and why you don't just look for this and then buy and bet to the upside is because it's not formed yet. This is the hard part about predicting reversals is, well, the market could do this. It could pull back and then just continue lower. And there's no head and shoulders formed there. There's no switch in, the lower lows turning into a lower high and then a higher high and a higher low. And then, you capture a move up. That's why you have to be patient. Even though there's a lot of signals here showing that a reversal could happen, you have to wait for this right side of the shoulder to form, pull back, and then start to reverse higher. And then you can jump in on a trade right here. And then, it kind of plays out. It pulls back a little bit, gets a little choppy, but in the end, it has a clean move to the upside that was signaled from this reversal. And this is a trade I actually jumped into and we'll look at here in a second. And so how I use head and shoulders is they are a very good final confirmation that a bottom is getting put in. And I use them a lot of the times as my final entry signal. Now, head and shoulders are more of a conservative reversal pattern. Sometimes the market, now this is the hard part about reversal trading, is that the market is in more of a conservative mode where the bottoms are a little slower. And there's other times where, if I kind of talk through the theory here, is where the market will have a move up and then it will make a double top before selling off. It won't necessarily need to make something like a head and shoulders before selling off. It'll happen faster where it makes a double top here, or sometimes what I just call a lower high, where it doesn't even really test the extreme and make a double top. And that's the thing a lot of people get mixed up on is you don't need for a double top to happen. It does not need to perfectly touch the same price. If it just does some kind of double test like this, even if it makes a new high, to me, that's still a double top. And so to show you a real example here, we have an uptrend and the market makes a high here and then a lower high. And so this signals essentially to me a double top in the market. And if there's other factors that I'm seeing where the market could start to top here, well, that is a great signal to trade off of. And again, you don't want to be blindly using these by themselves all the time, because a lot of times there could be a double top right here and it looks like it's going to sell off, but the bigger picture trend takes off. And so that's why you want to combine this stuff with something like a resistance zone, or where you see kind of another pattern or a bigger picture trend, or another pattern here. If we go on to the next one, is an uptrend line. Is you have an uptrend line that the market's fitting, and then all of a sudden, and if you actually draw this on the top side of things too, is all of a sudden it's respecting the lows, it's respecting the highs, and then all of a sudden it makes a high here that doesn't make it back up to the trend line, and it comes down and starts to test this. To me, that's a much more of a signal that this could break and sell off. And so using trend lines as well is extremely important. And another thing about trend lines is actually, if we talk about theory here for a second, is if you have a trend line or a channel that the market's in and it's ping-ponging like this, and it actually breaks to the upside of the channel, to extend this real quick, that signals that the trend is over as well. A lot of the times I would think, oh, well, this is gonna get going. It's gonna, the trend's gonna go even higher and faster now. But a lot of times that's it getting overextended and unhealthy, and it'll actually pull back. It might make something like a double top. And so this is where you can combine these things again, right? Is you have a break to the upside where it's overextended of this upwards channel. And then if the market puts in a double top, well, likely, very often, this starts a downtrend and the trend is gonna shift. And so this is a recording from my live stream. I literally live stream my trades on YouTube every day, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. I highly recommend checking it out. Seeing this stuff in real time is completely different than talking about it in hindsight and in theory. And executing it is a very hard part about the reality of trading. And so on this day though, if we can combine what we're kind of talking about here, in looking for these patterns that the market has is the basics of what I do with my trading. And you can see I have a reversal trade checklist here. But all I'm looking at here is the swings, the lower lows and lower highs, and if a head and shoulders sets up here. And so as I'm seeing this develop, I'm seeing that this makes a spike lower. We talked about earlier how it did a little fail breakout essentially of this reversal zone. And then from there, okay, is this going to pull back and make a head and shoulders? And if that does happen, how do I want to execute on a trade to capture the swing back to the upside? Because this right here is most likely gonna be the bottom. And so I look for these every single day I actually trade. And so to zoom through this a little bit, is the market reversed here, set up our head and shoulders, and then I entered in on a trade as it broke the swing high of that head and shoulders to me. Because to me, that's a confirmation that the head and shoulders has happened and it's now likely to push higher from there, and I can capture a larger swing in the market. And so from there, I put my stop below the extreme low down here, because to me, the bottom of that head and shoulders is where the market will likely reverse. And then from there, all it is looking at what the potential is for the market to do. Could it do a huge move up? Could it just do a volatile back and forth? And I'm not going to go too much into managing, but that's how I essentially use these entries to help signal when a trade is going to happen. And you can see here, it took a while for this to get going. That's what I'm talking about here, where the market recently has kind of been slow to bottom, where you got to be patient and let kind of things play out. And then from there, after a while, it starts to accelerate up and I can capture a big swing on the day. And this is something I do every single morning. The market opens at 9:30 and this trade is kind of done by 10:30. And so that's an hour worth of the market being open that I'll be trading. But I do start live streaming if you want to come check it out 30 minutes before. And so go and get that cheat sheet that I talked about in the description below this video. It'll walk you through a lot of other candlestick patterns that are really important that I didn't go over in this video. And if you want to learn more about my strategy, check out this video right here. It'll talk you through my checklist for my trades. And of course, if you want to dive even more, come check out my live streams on YouTube. They're completely free to join.